Hello YouTube, LJ Draco here. Yes, so if you saw last Monday's 3D Blu-ray review, which for me was 2 seconds ago, you'd see that I mentioned that the next 3 reviews after that one, I'm doing them all in one go, so I'm going to be just still wearing the Coke hat. Yep. This one. And if anyone dares put in the comments that this should be my 3D review outfit, this jumper and this hat, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to have a review outfit. Yeah, I refuse to dress up to do reviews. Apart from one idea for the future that I hope to do. Anyway, so as you can tell by the title which one this is. So I'm not going to do any talks on the actual films because I know at least these next 2 reviews I definitely done full film reviews for. I don't think I've done one for the other one. I don't know, mate. I think I have actually. But this is purely just going to be about the 3D presentation versus the 2D presentation. And maybe a little bit about what I liked about the story. Right, so this week's, as you can tell, was 2017's Beauty and the Beast. This does nowhere near hold up to the original 90s animated movie. But I really, really did like this. The only issue I say the only issue I had, my original problem was the casting of Emma Watson. Not because she's a bad actress, not because she can't sing, not because she's not an interesting actress to watch perform. I don't know, it just... For some reason, when I think of Belle, I don't picture Emma Watson. You know, I don't know why, but she's not my choice for Belle. I don't know who my choice for Belle would actually be, but I don't see her. But I will give her credit, she did blow this performance out of the water. But I loved all the actors and actresses in this, and I think that this is a good live-action interpretation of the classic. There has been some letdowns with some of the live-action versions. Cinderella. I'm sorry, I cannot stand the live-action Cinderella. I don't know why. I hated every second of it. I could not watch it. But we're not on about Cinderella. We're on about Beauty and the Beast and the 3D. So, the 2D of this movie and the movie in general is fantastic. I can watch it over and over again. Enjoyable. And I kind of noticed that if you watch the original 90s classic next to this one, like if you watch them side by side, you don't feel like you're watching the same movie. Regardless of the animation to the live action CGI stuff, it's not because of that. It's just because in its own way, it has got its differences. In its own way, it has its own way of telling the story of Beauty and Beast. And it doesn't feel like the same movie. Same story, but different ways of being done. And I've said different too much. Now it sounds weird. So, for the 2D and the movie of this, it instantly gets a 5 out of 5. 3D presentation is nowhere near as great as the classic 3D Blu-ray. I think that is Disney's best 3D Blu-ray released to date. I cannot think of another Disney 3D title that stands up to it. And I own quite a lot of Disney 3D movies, and I can't think of any. However, this is a very close second. You know, it's letterbox, it's not full frame. However, it does not affect the watch. Normally, I'd be quite miserable and moody about that. But now, because my TV, well, this TV compared to my other TV, which wouldn't allow me to do it, this TV allows me to have the screen a bit wider. So, things may look like a fraction bit stretched, but it removes about 90% of those black bars. So it's kind of like watching Jurassic World 3D, which I love. But you get 50-50 in-depth and pop out. Even in the darkest of scenes, you can still make, like, in the beginning of this, as I've said, I think I said in the review, in the beginning of this, you see when he's looking at the roses, like with the story about the stained glass window, the story of the prince. And as it plays that nice music, as it zooms into this bush of roses, the roses are sticking out of the screen, whereas the field from the castle is going really far back, and you already get that sense of magic that Disney is supposed to give us. As kids, as adults, it doesn't matter. And it's nice to know that this gave us exactly what we needed. So the 3D of this also gets a 5-star rating. Do I say the 3D of this is better than watching 2D? I say hell yes. It is 100% worth watching more than the 2D. Obviously, if you don't have a 3D TV, I'm not saying do not own the 2D, do not buy the 2D, do not buy the 4K. I'm not saying that. I'm always saying, as an opinion from a 3D fan and a 3D lover and appreciator, I think you would feel that magic that Disney's supposed to give us if you only watched the 3D version, because you're being pulled in to that world. You're not just experiencing it, you're not just watching it, but you're feeling it. You're there. And so I 100% recommend the 3D title to anyone who doesn't own it. But like I've said, and like I've explained in the Little Mermaid video, if you have got a PSVR, even if you don't have a 3D TV, if you've got a PlayStation and a PSVR, you can watch 3D Blu-rays. I thought that was a myth until I tried it, and it works. And like I said, you don't get TV quality, but you get cinema quality, which is just as entertaining. You know, it's really just as entertaining. I tried a film, which is nowhere near in a review yet, but there is a film somewhere in my collection that I will be talking about, which is one of the first films I tried on the VR, and how amazing it was. And it does feel like TV, cinema, 3D together in one. But yeah, that is Beauty and the Beast, live action 3D. Anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and previous videos, don't forget to strike like future videos. If you're new to my channel, only see a couple of my videos, click the subscribe button down below. I'd surely appreciate it. Anyway, take care, you wonderful, wonderful people, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye!